Hi everyone, welcome back to Japan. The minute the live stream starts, I get like an antivirus thing appear. No, I'm pretty sure that live stream is not a virus. Thanks. Who's here? Who's going to comment first? Let's go back to the good old days of seeing who's going to comment first. First person in the room. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Say hello. Who's here? Who's? Oh, no one's here. The one person who was here has now gone. Oh, now there's 4 people here. It's so confusing to follow this. Hey, usual thing. Hi there. Sven's first in the room. Hello, Sven. So, can everyone hear me? Just let me know. Let me know as always, and then we can begin the show. Afternoon. Hello. Yeah, everyone can hear. Good. And it's just, I'm getting so many emergency things appearing on my computer suddenly, all these notifications, which is quite amusing. So anyway, hi everyone. As always, if you're one of our regulars, just remember to press like. It always helps with the stats on this video and helps it get spread in YouTube. YouTube is not really doing much effort of spreading any of our videos now since our copyright strikes at the hands of those malicious bastards. You know who they are, who had the option not to strike against us, but chose to strike against us. Yes, because of them, we are now getting very limited sharing on YouTube, which is seriously affecting views. So please remember, anything that helps stats like likes, much appreciated. Just seen my like go up by a few, so thank you for that. All right, let's get into it. Let's see what everyone is saying here. From the COVID bunker. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Because we're not monetized, we're the only channel on YouTube who can talk about the virus, the COVID virus, because it's lots of people aren't talking about that online because it affects your monetization. We're not monetized, so we can talk about it all we want. But to be honest, I don't particularly want to talk about it too much because if anyone's been on Facebook or social media recently, all you see is just people posting their ridiculous. I must admit, I've been losing patience with hearing about bloody coronavirus or COVID or whatever you want to call it. But do you know what will cheer everyone up? What would cheer everyone up is today I was making an example about a song by using this. Let's turn it onto bass mode. That was kind of... Can't quite do Queen on this. Don't think this is... I should have picked a bigger one. The fingerboard on this is so narrow that I can't hit the notes. All right, let's see. What's a beautiful melody. There is a lot to unpack in that one. Yeah, it's a lot to unpack, but let's leave it packed and, put some duct tape on it and never unpack that ever. Interestingly, talking of things worth unpacking, I have Iron Boss. Now, if anyone's ever heard of Boss being the coffee company in Japan who make canned coffee, a little bit on the pricey side, but very good quality. So I do drink it fairly often, but I prefer the cheaper ones. Anyway, while James was here, he was raving about the fact they were going to make an energy drink, and I'd heard about this, and it's come out, but James is not here, so I'm going to drink it without him. Iron Boss, the energy drink. Oh, and you might know the Boss Coffee Company because they famously use Tommy Lee Jones for all of their adverts, and he's like as an alien coming down to Earth who's never had coffee before and falls in love with Boss Coffee. So yeah, if you haven't seen him before, if you type in Tommy Lee Jones Boss into YouTube or Tommy Lee Jones Japanese commercial or anything like that, you will see Tommy Lee Jones as an alien drinking Japanese canned coffee. Anyway, smells like Red Bull. Smells a lot like Red Bull. Kind of like Red Bull, but it's too sugary for me. I prefer the sugar-free Red Bull. I know it's really weird. I just hate the taste of sugar. Let's see. So much sugar, dear God. Yeah, it's Red Bull. It's Red Bull. It's the same. It tastes the same as Red Bull. It smells the same as Red Bull. It's Red Bull, but cheaper, interestingly enough. So yeah, there you go. If you want Red Bull but cheaper, and you're in Japan, get yourself some Iron Boss, the man who is best at ironing. All right, let's see what everyone is saying. Fernando, greetings, and felicitation from Montreal. Hello, Fernando. How are you doing, sir? I hope you're having a good one. Are you still... I know you go out on Saturdays. I hope that you're still getting to go out on Saturday and that nothing's been cancelled, but may well have been. So if you are stuck in here with us, hi. Bubs is saying, correction from live, the COVID bunker. It's Saturday night live with special host. How... Okay. PK, hi. Bubs, I picked up some bud for today. Do you mean bud as in Budweiser or Budvar or what are we talking about? Or do you mean bud? Can't unsee Tommy Lee Jones necking Red Bull. He drinks the coffee. I haven't seen him drink the energy variety yet, but I'm sure he'll get around to the doing an advert for the energy one eventually. So basically, as most people seem to be locked inside their homes at the moment, it's weird. This is just life for me. I live on a mountain. I never get to go anywhere. There's bears outside, and now it's just kind of like the rest of the world experiencing the same thing for me. Is like, oh, there you go. You've all joined me. But yes, as a result, I was thinking I'm going to probably do more live streams next week, depending on things progress. I will quickly say, and just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's been following this channel, and especially being in the Discord discussions. I appreciate you guys know, because myself and my girlfriend, my partner and I don't like to talk too much about our own personal life. We like to keep that kind of out of things. But I think a lot of you know that although she's Japanese, she doesn't live in Japan at the moment. And as a result, due to all the lockdown, we aren't able to see each other, which has caused obviously a lot of stress. But on top of that is the fact that, with us being trapped in separate countries, there have been some bad tragic events. I don't want to sound overly dramatic, but bad things have happened recently, and so we're both going through a lot of things that we're trying to sort of help each other with. Not like I say, this is nothing I don't want to come across overly dramatic, but I just want to say really appreciate that you guys have been really patient. Family stuff, let's put it that way. Trying to help each other with family stuff, and like I say, can't really give too much information because I want to respect. Yeah, like I say, just wanted to say a big thank you again to everyone who's been so patient with that. But obviously, at the current moment, like today, I did a lot of catching up on videos and things because I had some time, so I've been doing a lot of recording today, and there is more coming. So thank you as always for your patience. It is much appreciated. But assuming that everything stays relatively okay, and I'm getting a little bit of time here and there. Sorry, hiccuping like anything. Assuming I get a little bit of time here and there, what I will be doing is I will be trying to give you guys I've got some really cool ideas for live streams that I can do, which will have some really fun interactive stuff that I can share with you. So I've got some cool interactive live streams, hopefully coming next week, which will give you something to ponder during your lockdowns or whatever you're going through. I know there's a lot of people going through a lot of crap at the moment, so just again, massive thanks to all of you for that. Let's have a look and see what everyone is saying. Bubs, yep, the watered down beer, Bud. Oh god, yeah. American yellow water. Does not taste of anything. It's therefore harmless. It's kind of just like the harm. Doesn't taste anything. You drink it, it's gone. Give you your 5%. Sven, I have to go now. I play chess with my father. Oh wow, cool. All right, yeah. Have a good one. I haven't played chess in years. I think my lack of patience doesn't help. I was playing there's some I can't remember what it's called, but there's a cool little game that we play out in Asia. There's a Western name for it as well. It's the one with the circular yellow and black pieces. It's not checkers or anything like that, but it's a really cool game. I've been playing a little bit of that with some of the people who live nearby, but yeah, I kind of like to. It'd be cool to find someone who played chess against, so we can just sit there looking really mature, like thinking about battle. Yeah. So anyway, have a good time. Let's have a see. Fernando, yes, my D&D sessions are on hold. We're thinking about doing it online. We've got friends in the States and in Canada and in the Canadian West that want to play with our group. Yeah, that's a cool thing to do. I mean, I noticed that a lot of people, considering obviously the situation I'm in, I know some people have it worse than me, and some people, I think a lot of people don't really have any huge drama from this, but I know there's a lot of people who can't do work, and everyone's got their own individual little issues. And I have been, I think one of the main reasons I don't like going on places like Facebook and saying is that you get a lot of people who are whinging, who actually their situation's fine. They can just work them. And it's like, oh God, you have to stay in your house a bit longer. It's like, find something creative to do. There are a lot of people who are genuinely suffering. I mean, I know people who can't get to work, who can't pay their rent and stuff like that. Especially in the States, I've got some friends with this problem, and there's a lot of people going through a lot of things, and you just think, whatever your situation, take advantage of this to do something useful. So like Fernando's saying, stuff like that, use the capacity to do things online with people who you don't usually get to do things with, learn, read, watch stuff. There's loads of things are going free online at the moment, so you can enjoy them. So just try and settle in and enjoy yourself. And so long as you've got some supplies and things which you can still order out from a lot of places, just like I say, everyone, keep it positive. I know that a lot of people are going through a lot of hard times, so just like I say, unless it's something where you really do need to shout it out, just try and think of the positive side. Anyway, by the way, we've got a lot of people in here. Like I said, I didn't want to start whinging too much about coronavirus, but as it came up in the conversation, and as we're not a monetized channel, so we can get away with talking about whatever the hell we want, I thought I'd have a quick rant. Do please does help us. Let's have a look here, see what everyone is saying. Harry says to Fernando, I used to play D&D with friends over Skype. Sounds like a good way of doing it. Fernando, bit of lagging. Oh, is everyone getting a bit of lagging? Or are you talking about Skype? Bubs, I think that would be easier to organize for D&D unless there'd be panic buying on people panic buying dice. So was it you like 10-sided or 15-sided? You got like that crazy dice you use for those games. So yeah, people randomly searching for extremely complicated multi-sided dice. So Fernando, yeah, but everyone's talking the same thing now. Oh, Go, yeah, Brian, yeah, Go. That is one of the names that you use for. I think that's the most popular name for the game. It's called Go. There's different versions. There's 2 different versions that are quite popular. There's the traditional version and the version that I think is being popularized in the West. But yeah, that's the game. Really fun, really easy, really simple, but uses your brain. So you can either play it quickly and just get it done, or you can sit down and really concentrate on it and spend a lot of time enjoying it. But that's a good little time passer if you're in an Asian country. Make the most of your time. So let's have a look here. Fernando's saying, oops, I didn't ask why. Bubs has said a lot. It's all mainly to Fernando. Coming summer just prior to apocalypse. Yeah, see, all this apocalypse talk. It's not funny. Look, we're not all going to die. Let's just all be sensible. Harry, I wonder if we will get an album final thoughts for the best scandal before or after we do Kiss from Darkness. Actually, I did address that in the video that I'm going to be posting tomorrow, but I might as well tell you now. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the final thoughts for Kiss for Darkness and Best Scandal at the same time on the same day. The reason being is because as one has been delayed so much and the other one's coming around, I thought it'd be really interesting to put those as 2 videos on the same day discussing the first and the most recent album by Scandal in more of a comparative view. I thought that would be quite an interesting way of doing it. So no, I am going to be releasing both of those videos at the same time. I think it's I'll check my schedule. The schedule does change, as you guys know, which is why I don't actually publish it. But if I just quickly check roughly when I was expecting that to be, okay, I'd penned that in for Thursday of this coming week. So I was expecting to have the conclusion for both of those albums maybe available on Thursday of the coming week. But like I said, the schedule does change quite often. So that's not set in stone. That's just what I'm currently aiming at. Let's have a look and see what everyone else is saying now. PK says, yeah, there's some buffering today too, but I'm kind of used to it now. So it doesn't bother me that much. When I talk so quickly and people can't hear my words. Oh, the sadness that I feel. So much sugar in this that what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to open it so it doesn't touch my teeth and just go straight down my throat because I don't want to waste it. And at the same time, I don't want to lose my teeth. It's just so sugary. I mean, I like that Red Bull smell. No, it just basically smells like chemicals, but I quite like that smell and it tastes good. But the sugar, too much sugar. It cost me less than 100 yen, so I'm not really complaining. But I'm mainly just doing this to annoy James because I know he can't have it. We'll probably find a way of ordering it online. Yep. All right. So have a look and see what everyone's saying. How stop talking and just drink more often. Yeah, that probably makes sense. All right. What I have to do now. That has impacted me. I need to go to the toilet real quick. I'll be back. So guys, hold on. Keep on chatting amongst yourselves and I'll be back from the toilet in just a few minutes. Do you know what I need to do? I need to write on the back of one of these. Yeah, that's what I'll write back in 5 minutes and that can be something that I can use. So we'll put it on the back of Band-Aid. This can be a thing from now. Pen sounds awful. Smiley face to fill up the room. Oh, that's an awful smiley face. It looks kind of evil. Evil smiley face. There we go. And it's not really readable. I'll work on that in future. Back in a moment. Doing that and washing your hands quickly is difficult. So, okay, let's have a look here. Hey, occasionally I have to go and I have to visit the toilet, all right? So Howard using invisible ink to send messages about North Korea. Oh, hi everyone, where's Howard? Yeah, sorry, that's difficult when someone comes into the room during that. The sign does not work, does it? It's not clear enough. Let's bring it closer. Is it back to front for you guys? Maybe it's back to front for you guys. I wonder, because I know some of these live stream things like do mirroring. Well, I can turn it around now, actually, because I am back. There we go. All right, I'll make the writing a little bit more bold later. It was worth a try. Bubs is saying a lot. Bubs, it would be really good if you could condense your thought into less than 5 messages at a time. You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will need not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to. I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, fine. That was weird. You can see the sign now. Yeah, good. God save us from the virus. Oh, God. John. Already said that we're trying to avoid scaremongering stupidity. So please, invisible. Even if I make it more bold and then it comes out back to front, I'll have to think about that. So let's have a look here. Thanks. I couldn't see the message. Sorry, Hara. That's all on me. I decided not to say. Yes, Sean. We're not all gonna die. Okay, please. I was saying this, I'm just going to repeat it again. One of the things I hate I can't stand going on Facebook right now because it's either stupid, we've seen it a million times, memes, like a bottle of Corona with a mask on, haha, not funny. Toilet roll memes, so bored of them, or people spreading stupid hyperbolic news about how we're all going to die and how the military is going to keep us all in our homes, even though the population of most countries outnumbers the military like 1,000 to 1 or something. It's just like, please stop with all of the hyperbole, everyone, and then I can actually start using social media again without losing my mind. So that's the thing, isn't it? When you're trapped in home, you have to use social media more than normal, but it's more irritating now than it's ever been before. Let's have a look at some of the things people are saying, then change the subject. So, not a Gil Scott Heron fan. Don't know. Well, don't know who that is. But thanks, Hannah. Hi, Harry. Red Sharpie needed. I think I've got a red one. I don't think red stands out against cardboard as much. I think I just need to make it bolder. Let's have a look. Bubs is saying, remember, he has to put up with my rubbish a lot. I have to give him a break. This is the thing. Sean and Bubs both know me in person from England and have put up with me a lot. Therefore, it's easier for me to ignore what they're saying. Just go, no, not reading that. Skip over it. So, Sean, what are you saying now? I've just made that comment. I know, right? How are you? When going to make gangster rap? I can't invent gangster rap. Gangster rap was already invented. Gangster rap was invented already. Therefore, I might have trouble. We might have to talk to NWA about that first of all. PK. It now buffered 2 times for me when Howard tried to read my messages. Maybe I should stop posting. That sounds sad. Don't say that. That's so sad. Oh, even with the tongue out thing. But anyway, yeah, just to read your last couple of comments, PK, because you were talking about the mirrored image. Yeah, don't worry. The mirrored image thing. I appreciate you telling me that. That's really good to know. So having a quick look at the chat, just checking because there's been some changes on YouTube, checking that the chat thing's still working and no one's getting their messages ignored by the system. Now it seems to be on the best possible on the live chat thing where we see all of the messages, so that should be cool. Now is a good time for me to skip into the wonderful chemicals that keep us going. Yeah, where I live, we have not had any supply problems. Just went out and bought some. This is how lazy I am right now. Microwave rice. Not using. You guys know we try many beers here, but of course there is only one god of the beers. And actually, that's the point. Who knows? I've got my favorite, the greatest of beers. If you watched the collection of blogs that I posted recently, which me and James were on, and we did like the beer tasting, you'll know what my favorite beer is. So I'm going to give you a couple of seconds before I start diving into drinking this wonderful beer. Who remembers what my favorite beer is? This is really weird, isn't it? Just invite people onto live chat and none of you know me well enough. Come on, who knows what my favorite beer is? And then I'll start drinking it. Wow, Sean, same thing as I said to Bubs. Try to condense your thoughts, okay? You don't need to make one sentence into 5 posts. But yeah, miss you too. Sean, wow, we don't even have rice. Do you mean you don't have it because you haven't bought it, or do you mean it doesn't exist in the shops anymore? You don't really need the carbs. Just sound like one of those health freaks. You don't need the carbs. Just get some veg. I mean, that's the one thing. You'll always be able to get fruit and veg, and you can live on that if nothing else. Fernando, Howard, are the bears out yet? Well, actually, we were all kind of thinking, it's about to happen. And we had one day this week where it went over 10 degrees. And we're like, okay, yeah, bear's going to start happening. And then just 3 days solidly after that, we had it out. But then the blizzard happened. They couldn't get any food and they died. You're not going to see any compassion on my face when it comes to bears. You're just not. So long as they don't go extinct, I don't want to get eaten by bears. It's kind of my point here. Seriously, the route from my place to the shop is just between 2 fields. 2 fields where at night it's just black, darkness as far as you can see, going back to the woods and the mountains. I'm going to get eaten by a bear, guys. I'm going to go to the shop and I'm going to get eaten by a bear. Not paranoid, just saying. So, anyway, the appreciation, guys. Sean, I prefer chicken breast. Well, do you have a bear problem? Well, first of all, I just like any chicken. Chicken is amazing. I love chicken, fried chicken. I think everyone who's ever heard me talk about food knows I've got a fried chicken obsession. But the best fried chicken in the world is from Japan. You know it, whether it be your katsu, your karaage. Best fried chicken in the world, Japanese. I mean, yakitori. Yakitori, literally. Yaki, fried, tori. Well, bird, but chicken. Yakitori, fried chicken. Masters of fried chicken, the Japanese. See what PK is saying. I guess I'm not a real fan. Oh, no, you're a fan of the music. You just don't want to see me drink beer. That's all it is. That's all it is. Fernando's laughing to himself as well. Thank you, everyone. Hannah, please. Bears are cute and polite. I saw a film about one in London. Really? Did he like sandwiches? Did he have a better hat than me by any chance? Yeah, I lived very close to Paddington, the place. So, so Fernando's saying we have skunks and coyotes in Montreal. Wow, I forgot about that. They come down the railway corridor. Do you mean like the rail tracks? Because when you say corridor, I'm thinking like enclosed corridor, like in the station or something. Or do you mean the corridor is in like the corridor in like the landscape that the tracks make? But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of wildlife here, but the wildlife here, with exception to the bears, tends to be more standoffish than it would be in somewhere like London. I mean, like we have foxes here, but you never see them. In London, the foxes, they pretty much will come right up to you, and depending on the area. Certainly, I was working in Dartford, where I kind of grew up, which is on the edge of London. It's not so much anymore, but there's like a really big bridge there, and there used to be like swampland underneath. And I worked in an office where it wasn't an office; it was an old power station that had been converted into an office. You're getting a feeling for what kind of area this is now. And at lunchtime, literally at lunch, the foxes would just walk right up to the canteens. Bears are relatively frightened of humans, but not too much. But the only thing you do see is the monkeys. The monkeys do come down out of the mountain, and you do see them. And I don't know. I don't like monkeys. You know, I respect them. They're intelligent. They're fascinating creatures, but I don't want one near me because they're dangerous. You know, if you've seen anything about monkeys, it's like, yeah, fascinating creatures. Don't have a pet. So let's have a look and see what everyone's saying. Sean, I love Katsu. Good choice. Fernando, we have skunk. Oh, I already read that. Sorry. Harry, Howard needs a suit of bear-proof armor for traveling to the shop. I do. Just when I go out, I just put on my suit, and I need some way of defending myself against bears. I don't know how it's going to work. I think a bear-proof suit just basically means something for me to get thrown around in, because they're still going to kill me. Sean says, I want to drink beer with you. The bear was from Peru, I heard. It was from Peru. And it liked, so what's the type? It was marmalade sandwiches, I think it liked. Very strange. Bears have very strange taste in sandwiches. As always, guys, if you're enjoying the conversation, well, how wouldn't you? It's so random. Please remember to press like. Helps our stats. We really need that right now. Like I say, we are being punished by YouTube after a banned rather malicious the English and the Japanese emails explaining how, we've got no problem with their decision. We just want them to, perceive that we are not a non-profit YouTube channel. And we've asked them, please just remove the strike. It's okay to block us. We won't publish any more of we won't talk about your music. We'll keep your music out of our mouths. Just please remove the strike, as it's very damaging to our non-profit site that does nothing but share music, and they've chosen not to respond. And again, just to reiterate, I don't want to keep on harking on this issue, but we know for a fact that unlike the only other copyright strike we ever had that came from a large organization, this came directly from the people who work with the band Maximum the Hormone. So they are directly responsible, in my opinion. They can do something about it, and they're not doing something about it. Blocking is an option. Striking is simply malicious. So, yeah, like I say, we've had so many artists, and we've never, ever had an artist strike us ever until these guys. We had an organization strike us, and there was some dubious stuff around that anyway. But yeah, so just so you know, we need the stats right now because we are being punished by YouTube on the basis of this nonsense. So anyway, I'm going to carry on with the comments because I don't want to drag this into a negative space again. Positivity, everyone. Fernando says, I can't remember out the beer. I'm just going to open it in a minute. Don't worry, guys. But that bear was a dude called Dave who loves theater and dragons. Sometimes you type stuff and I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, now on to Sean. This should be interesting. D-Town, baby. I love the power station being blown up. You could hear it. Oh, you could hear it from my flat. I walk my dog in that direction. Oh, okay. D-Town, you mean Dartford? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I know the power station was demolished. I mean, when I worked there was like, Jesus, yeah, nearly 20 years ago. It was like one of my first couple of jobs after school. Like it was an architect office, and it was based architect office designing new buildings based a little building, literally, which was an annex. It was a connected side office of this old dilapidated power station. So I'm not surprised they demolished that horrible thing. And it was just literally out in the swamp. So that's all been replaced by housing estates now, actually. I remember they were doing that before even I left England. Brian, I saw a video of a salaryman getting totally twatted up by a wild boar. Really? I don't know how that happened. I guess based on what I'm saying, it could happen, but I would love to see that. If you can find a link for that, that just sounds like the most random encounter. I know both of these things exist in Japan. Is only taught by his distaste for anything French. Hey. I said it before. I guess you kind of worded that well. Distaste. I find it hard to think of anything from France that I actually like. It's not that I've got anything against the French. It's just I can't think of anything French that I like, except for we did the one thing we came after that long ranting live stream a few months ago. One thing we came up was the book. What's his name? The author. But anyway, the book Count of Monte Cristo, which was by Robert Dumas. So anyway, yeah, Robert Dumas is like he's like the symbol of French greatness. He's the only good thing I can think of. Even what's his name? The famous British architect who was from France, but he didn't become a famous architect until he moved to Britain. Like I said, I'm not against the French. I just really struggle to think of anything French that I like. Sorry. Okay, let's have a look and see what everyone else is saying. Sean, oh yeah, no, I read that. Sean, I think so. It liked Marmalade or Marmite. Yeah, we're talking about Paddington, aren't we? Fernando. Oh no, Hannah. That's a whole different film. Oh, we're talking to Bubs. I'm getting lost in this one. Fernando. Quoi? Howard ne parle français? I did learn a bit of French, but that was in school. We kind of all did, but I don't know what that means. I know parlez-vous français, so I'm wondering if parle français is similar to, do you speak French or no? Bubs, I admit people, this is between you and Hannah. I've lost track of that conversation, so I'm going to stay out of that. Sean, I blame the NWO. Can't work out what that means. I'm sure I should know. Fernando, the landscape railway track. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. That's what you meant by corridor. But yeah, that's kind of interesting, actually. So did they come up to people? Sean, my dog is the Taco Bell dog. I didn't know Taco Bell had a dog. Harry, Sony recently decided to block a couple of my older videos in Japan, live performances of Kagen no Tsuki and Shunkan Sentimental. Block just in Japan, viewable everywhere else. Yeah, I mean, like I said, even if they come up and they say, look, we're going to block your video everywhere, I'm fine with that. I understand how copyright works. And, in actuality, like I say, if a band, I've taken the mick out of like groups like Victor, who always block, and Sony, who often block as well. And I do think it's kind of stupid, in this kind of current situation, you want your music shared. That's how it works. We're not taking money from you. We're actually bringing people to you. You haven't got a leg to stand on. You can explain to them why what they're doing is kind of counterproductive, but it is still their choice. But a copyright strike is just the act of a malicious dick. There is absolutely no need to do that. Especially, it doesn't take. You look and you can see this is the way the things work. This is the 21st century. So for me, I do think it is very important to say that although I might comment about people blocking, I do not stand against blocking as a right. I just think that blocking is a silly thing to do, but it is still their right. So yeah, just wanted to clarify that point again, because I know a lot of people get confused about this. And also I'm 100% for copyright claiming, which is when they let the video stay, but they just put their own adverts on your video and get some money out of you doing a review. That's fine. This is fine. This is how it should work. Copyright strikes, dick move. Let's have a look and see what this is saying again. Hannah. Oh, that's to Bubs. Again, this is the conversation that I don't understand. PK saying Alexander Dumas. Yeah, you're right. That's the one I was thinking of. Thank you for pointing that out. Brian, message ultimately held for review. Oh, I can't see the message. Oh, fine. Fernando, we also have famous. He has a lot of islands in the middle, because I know obviously one of them is the race circuit as well. but I know it has lots of really famous little islands. That's one of the reasons that will make it definitely worth visiting. But Canada's always been on my list anyway, because Canada is cold, and I like cold places. Sean, they forced French upon us in school. Illuminati. Pretty sure that if the Illuminati existed, which they do, it's perfume. If the Illuminati existed, I don't think they'd be pushing you to learn French. But bonjour, lazy lion, anyway. Clearly, you've joined the Illuminati. Hannah's saying something great that's French. Emily Simon, vegetal almond is incredible. I don't know it. You might well be right, but I do not know it. So I can't comment. But I'm like I say, you mentioned something French that is good, and I will admit it. I've broken up. Please try to keep it together. It's like every other comment is Sean. Yeah, I'll send you a link on Facebook, BRB, or also over. And Jay-Z, I'm so confused. Please try to condense your thoughts together. Helps. Hannah, something great. There's we already said that. See, I'm getting confused now. Four Bleats. Something's from France. The band Magma Haps. Don't know it. Again, definitely worth me checking out. Do you know what? I'm really looking forward to when World Tour Wednesday gets to France. It's going to take a few months, to get all the way across the world to France. But when we get there, I'm really looking forward to a French World Tour Wednesday, because that is going to be a great place to just contend against the fact that, like I say, I've got nothing against France. I just can't think of anything French that I like. So Seabill, PSA, Silent Siren indie mini album on Spotify now. Yep, that's true. The indie mini albums have come out. I've still waiting to do track by track, because obviously been delayed by so many things. But of the second album, certainly it's good stuff. Obviously, they are missing their greatest quality. Hashtag no bias. Let's have a look here. Lazy Lion, new Yosei Teikoku album in a few days. This is another one that I've heard of, but I don't know much about, so maybe I should get on board that train as well. Bubs. Oh my God, Bubs, what have you written here? Okay, so we can't talk about the French, the apocalypse, copyright strikes at this stage. We will be reduced to well thought out and socially progressive problem solving chat. We're screwed. First of all, we can talk about copyright strikes. Just like I say, I haven't got a huge amount to add that I haven't already said, so talk about that all you want. The apocalypse, you can talk about it, just as long as you're saying something constructive and not giving ridiculous hyperbole. And toilet roll memes, oh God, they're not funny, people. It's just, they're not funny. So seriously, there's not that many toilet roll jokes anyway, and they've already been used out. Just stop with the toilet roll memes. As for the French, you can talk about them, just you have to accept it's not my fault. Okay, it's not my fault. And then you've got another comment. There's something wonderful about Howard on Red Bull and trying to deal with Sean thought process. Believe me, there was nowhere near enough caffeine in that to have particularly hyped up my mood. But yeah, I'm feeling a little bit more energetic today because, well, actually, I mean, for those of you who know what's been going on, I haven't been able to sleep. I can't sleep at nighttime in the normal way. I'm having to sleep like an hour here, an hour there. It's really not good for my health, but it's the only option I've got at the moment with everything that's going on. I'm really glad I got an online job that can facilitate all of this. But yeah, the result has been that sometimes I'll be really lacking energy because I haven't had sleep. And then like before I did this, like a few hours before I did this, I was doing some editing. And while the file was saving, I got to have a sleep for 2 hours. So now I've got loads of energy. And then I recorded some videos, which again gets you in that kind of mindset. So yeah, I was quite energized before this started, which was why I was like, yeah, let's jump in and do the live chat. Anyway, Sean, again, broken into 3 comments. Red Bull and that's not what taurine is, Sean. Taurine is not that. That is not taurine. And I mean, does that mean that Iron Boss literally has irons in it? No. PK quotation marks. Hannah, I'm going to add some French music to the World Tour Wednesday thread. You can do, like I say, just maybe do it for if just in case it's something that's fresh on your mind now. But remember, it's going to be a long time before I have a chance to get round to that. So I'm really going to have to dig back months back to find that by the time we actually get to France. Because remember, we're still in Indonesia, guys. We're still crawling up through those nations, and we've got a lot of countries to go through when we get to Thailand. Because when we get to Thailand, we've got a choice of which way to go. And we could end up going through like Laos and Vietnam. I do want to do Vietnam, but to get to Vietnam, that means we're going to have to hop across a few places and go around. So it's going to be quite an adventure, okay? What are we saying? Oh, Hannah said, I keep confusing Yosei Teikoku for Yura Yura Teikoku and thinking they reformed. Yeah, that's a bit of an unfortunate similarity. Sean, well, okay, it's really. I'm not even going to read that one. But should we start a Discord section for our fans here related to helpful links to keep entertained, etc. during the lockdown? To be honest, I think that's kind of what we do on the general chat anyway. People are sharing links on there quite regularly. I think I don't want to, until we got like way too many people in the Discord, I don't want to fracture the conversation too much because there seems to be a rough tone that's what a lot of people are talking about. You know, hey, check this out, check that out. And I don't think anyone wants to see just like lists of links. So just when it comes up organically in a normal conversation, that seems like a good way of doing it. Just my opinion there. Tell me what you guys think if you disagree. But I think if we had just like a page full of lists, people probably wouldn't really do that. So let's see. Lazy Lion, how about some George Brasin for what? For WTF? Do you mean WTW or WTF? Are we saying that George Brasin is a what? I don't know. Sean, yeah, you didn't have to spell correct that. I knew what you said, Sean. I knew what the word was. Even if you spelled it wrong, I knew what you were saying, okay? Bubs, don't know what Bubs is talking about. Something about Super Saiyan. That's an anime thing. James in here. Sorry. Sean, I got a parcel coming from Singapore. What are you getting from Singapore, man? What are you getting from coming from Singapore? Well, like I say, I mean, it's yeah. Singapore, unfortunately, on lockdown right now. So, PK, I hope you didn't ask me anything because it skipped you reading my comment again. I have no control over this. I'm starting to think that you have some sort of telepathic control over the list. I was pointing out that you said about anything being in quotation marks. When anyone says interesting in quotation marks, I find that interesting, which is probably not what you should deride from someone saying that, but still, it works that way. That's how it works. All right, so no one guessed what the greatest beer in the world is. Very, very, very much. You know, I'll be honest with you. I was hoping for the happy face. But no one guessed what the greatest beer in the world is. So, sad face with mouth on the forehead. With my hairline, it looks like my head's on upside down anyway. All right, time for the greatest beer of all time. Hallelujah. Yeah, Bubs got it. Bubs knows what I like. The greatest beer in the world. Greatest beer. Black Label. Goodness. Oh, it tastes nice. Frothing like mad. Should have opened it quicker. I see what everyone is saying. Later on, even more confusing, there are two bands named Yosei Teikoku. Well, that's just weird. Then again, there's two bands called Love Bites, although one of them disbanded. Sean, a PSB 7. PSB 7? What's a PSB 7? That's interesting. I never heard of that. Sean, Corona is the best beer. All right. See, you know, because of context, that was funny. Because of context, I'm letting you get away with that. It wasn't a shitty meme or anything like that. Hannah, I was going French 60s pop, modern pop, and weird black metal. I'll check out Super Saiyan Crew, though. Oh, this is the Bubs. Okay, so this is part of that conversation. The can goes, psst. Oh, you got screen lag. Sapporo. It's Sapporo, Brian. It's Sapporo. Sapporo, the greatest beer in the world. Sean, okay. Lazy. I prefer Kirin Ichiban. Kirin is, I would put it as second best. It's very close. I think Kirin has probably actually got more of a unique flavor. You always got the Kirin Ichiban. They always advertise it. It's a really popular one. I think I do agree that it's very close second for me. Just personally, I prefer the Sapporo because the Kirin, the aftertaste, I find gets a little bit. It's kind of how to explain, like a sort of like a dirty aftertaste. It doesn't taste so good afterwards. But the Sapporo, just the flavor stays good throughout. It stays really sort of, it just tastes fresh all the time. It's got a really lovely flavor. Just my opinion. By the way, I should point out, if you've seen the silver can Sapporo that they have in other countries, that's actually a lot of the time that's made in Canada. It's good, but it's not as good as the Black Label. So if you see the silver canned ones that is available in a lot of countries as the export, not really as good. So I would understand if you would maybe put that at a second. I'd probably understand more. But this one personally, just the black label and the normal Kirin Ichiban, yeah, I just about Sapporos comes first for me. But then again, actually, I drink the Kirin more often because the Sapporo is pretty unreasonably priced. You know, it is way more expensive than the Kirin, which is ridiculous. So I only really have this occasionally on a special occasion, like today, having a bit of a sort of day. You know, at its finest from YouTube. Don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. PK, it's a bit weird, not super weird, but they're so okay. So you'll say Teikoku is interesting. Interesting. Sean, thank you for letting me get away with that. I know I was poorly timed on my behalf. Be right back. That's okay. That's the good thing about these chats. You can be right back without having to say be right back. You just come in and talk when you want to talk. That's fine. See you soon. But okay, PK, I might check them out. Might do. If there's two pans with the same name, it's going to be really hard to check them out, though, isn't it? So, sorry, accidentally posted my comment too early. Oh, so you hadn't finished typing. Okay, that's why it ends abruptly. Bubs, if you're leaving, get a sign. Yes. With the head exploding. Okay, so as is the case at the moment, this one, I am going to chuck this one off in about 10 minutes when we get to the hour line, roughly about then, just after. But like I said, there's going to be more live chats this week because a lot of people are under lockdown, and I've come up with some nice, fun ideas for things that we can do in live chat. It'll be quite interactive. I mean, really good that we can actually make some things together, some really cool things. So there are some really good ideas coming up that I've got for the live chats this week. So hopefully if I got time to do those, I will. I'll try and do them around about this time of day on a few different days. We'll see what comes up. Just want to have a quick look at this week's freebie music papers. This one, unfortunately, leads with quite possibly the most annoying thing in Japan, other than the Pumps USA, which is horrifying. So J Soul Brothers from Exile Tribe. This is quite possibly the most... If you haven't heard of Exile Tribe, it's kind of like the male AKB48, but where's AKB48? It's all about being cutesy. Exile Tribe is all about being just the most nauseatingly form of fake macho. I mean, look at their pictures. Look at their pictures. This just no. I'm sure there's plenty of women who probably, yeah, but then again, I don't listen to AKB, so yeah, I'm just not into that kind of thing. Let's have a look at some of the comments while I look through and see if there's anything interesting in here. PK, I listen to them maybe every 6 months or so, but then I'm good. Not really a big fan or something like that. So it's just kind of like a passing interest. That's fine. Still worth reviewing, maybe. Ramea says, did you happen to catch the live Bandmade stream Friday? It was only about 25 minutes long. They also uploaded a new live video of Domination shortly afterwards. I've done a review of the live version of Domination, which I'm going to post sometime soon, probably tomorrow. I did catch the live stream, but I'll be honest, I actually stopped watching it not far in because the audio was awful. They were recording it literally from a camera phone, and I'd heard that several days before they'd explained that they were going to do that due to a lack of equipment, which is obviously, no offense, I love Bandmade, but that's obviously a bullshit excuse. Within 10 minutes to set up a good audio mix to post live. So they were just trying to make it look like sort of guerrilla radio style, and to me it just meant that the sound was awful. I couldn't hear anything that was happening. It was really nice to see them looking like they were having so much fun, but just the sound was rubbish. So I had to stop watching it. I was just like, this is a shame. I was expecting something really cool and fun, instead just got this horrible noise. Hearing these songs that you love being butchered by a tiny little microphone on a camera phone when you can see good quality recording equipment sitting all around the band. No. Let's have a look and see what some people said. Raphael, sup, new fan. Hey, Raphael. Hi. It's always good to have new people in here. It's always good because it's nice to have extra opinions, as most people disagree with most of the things I say, which is it's fine. It makes it more interesting. maybe I just made that comment about the Bandmade live stream, so I'm probably going to get crucified over that in the next couple of minutes, but let's see. This is what, like I said, this is the thing I love most about doing this channel, is that you guys all have such different musical backgrounds and such different interests and opinions. Like I said, I love the fact that if you enjoy bands, if you really like bands, you can still say, hey, I didn't think this was a good idea. I didn't like this. And then you can have a constructive conversation with someone else who also likes the artist, and therefore you can have a fair opinion. I really love that about doing this. It's one of my favorite things about the live streams as well. So Yeah, no, it's really cool to have new in any time. I like the Discord music sharing live stream we did a few weeks ago. Harry says, yeah, so I'm going to have one of them coming up, but there's also another idea I got, which is going to be really cool, which is going to get you guys interactively involved on a whole new level. But yeah, so I've got some cool ideas coming up. So we're going to play around, have some fun. It's all music based, and it's because, you know, I want you guys to have something interesting that you can feel involved with here, which will give us a good chance to share some opinions and have a bit of a good laugh as well. The band looks like they are Drag Queens Matadors, says. Oh, you're talking about XR Tribe, yes, or whatever they call J Soul Brothers. What war did J Soul get medals for? Unless it's surviving a comment section online. Yeah, it's true, isn't it? It's like they are very highly decorated. Very highly decorated. It's like, what war were you in? Yeah, okay, fair enough. Okay. So Hannah's saying, I'm under full lockdown, stuck in a house with a frustrated half Irish, half Japanese woman. Wow, that's a combination. And my brother frustrated that we can't get back to his house in the Philippines. Sorry, Hannah, where are you at the moment? But you're under lockdown, so yeah. I mean, like I said, hopefully, I really hope that depending on time zones for everyone, I've got some fun things I want us to do. But just guys, like I say, I mean, it sucks for a lot of people, and a lot of people for many different reasons are suffering because of this. So few of them because of the actual illness, but issue that needs to be resolved. Just ignore it. Get on with just using this time to read, see a movie that you didn't get to see, download it. Do anything that you want to do just to make your life a bit more interesting. Lazy Lion says, my trip to Japan is postponed, irritating because I've already had the virus. Yeah, again, that's the kind of thing I mean. But at least with that's a very definite thing. It's done. It's a real kick in the balls, but it's done. So at least and that sucks. But yeah. I was saying, just curious, what involvement have in music over there in Japan? At the moment, my involvement is kind of I slightly more backseated it. What I tend to be involved with at the moment, I do a degree of ghostwriting. I am hired occasionally to write, and I also work a lot with smaller artists, going into the studio with them, doing recordings for them. I found that a little bit frustrating, and since I moved out to where I am now in Japan, kind of in the middle of nowhere, I'm doing a lot more of that online. So a lot more now I'm writing for people to order. They order like a song to be written, or they need a writer, so they hire me, or they want corrections on something, or they want a producer, so they just pay me and send over the recordings, and I do the production and send it back. A lot more of it's like that now, kind of working on the computer. So it's okay, but I'm back in the day, I used to work a lot more hands-on. It's not the most lucrative industry, and there's a lot of restrictions that come on with it. So I'm kind of like wound it back and trying to make it a bit more of a personal business, which is PK on there. I don't. Okay, so everyone's learning who everyone is. Bubs, half Irish, it's okay. I'll accept question. Harry, well, CMC isn't here to cool down the wrath of the Hatto upon you for your bandmate blasphemy. Actually, you know what? I would expect him to absolutely gut me for saying that, but he was kind of reasonable. I think he kind of agreed when I said that on the Discord during my live stream. I was like, I can't really watch this because, to me, it's the fact that I liked them, the fact that I enjoyed seeing them live so much, the fact that I like so many of their songs that I can't watch it be butchered by a tiny little microphone, especially when you can see in the background, half Irish, 2 Irish father, English mother. Kind of like the opposite of me. Irish father, English. No, English. Apparently the blood is within me. PK, now that CMC is a god, he doesn't have any time to deal with us mortals. Yeah, I shouldn't have let him ascend. That was a bad idea. It's gone to his head. Anyway, I know if you're half Irish is the alcoholism and repressed emotions, but having the question to go to therapy, having the options to go to therapy, yeah, that's applies to me as well. I've definitely passed Bubs's Irish test. Hannah, I'm at home in Galway. Brother flew out to visit for a while, and now he's stuck here. That actually does suck for him, but I hope you guys are going to have some fun together. If he's just sitting there brooding and being angry, it's not going to help. But I'm sure once he's accepted his fate, there's nothing interesting in this issue today. I think it's probably because this month, probably because all of the concerts have been cancelled. Oh no, here's some artists. Oh God, Kumi Koda, no. No Kumi Koda. We're not going to talk about Kumi bloody Koda. Let's have a... Sorry, that's one of the artists I have bias against, in case you haven't noticed. Bubs, love Galway. Direct bus from Dublin going 24/7. The Irish talk has begun. By the way, everyone, just in case you haven't already, please hit like if you don't mind, because it does help with the stats. And like I say, we are being punished by YouTube after some malicious nonsense from a certain band. You know who. Or maybe you don't, but either way, look, we've been punished unfairly for something that, you know, basically we've got like almost 800 videos, and with exception to one, everyone's fine. And you just get one artist who comes in there, and rather than saying, hey, we don't want you to share the music, they decided to take action against you. Channel, close your non-profit channel down. So as a result, we've been kind of hindered in the algorithm. So if you can press like, really helps you if you haven't already. Let's have a look here. Hannah, I'm sober. Everyone in my family had drinking problems, even non-Irish ones. No problems with repressed emotions. Plenty of therapy, both the banned and the expensive kind. I don't think I have a drinking problem. That either means that you definitely have a drinking problem or you're telling the truth. So it's the perfect line. Nice band reference there. Applause. Yeah, hey, CMC has returned. Maybe he was quietly watching all along and he heard all the terrible things you said. He After his ascension to the heavens, CMC has returned to share with us the very important Reddit suggestion thread. You guys know I waffle about this all the time, and yet people still seem to keep on forgetting it. So just in case you don't know, if you want to suggest songs to me, I know it takes a while for me to get around to everything, but go to the Reddit link that CMC's posted and check out the song suggestion thread. You put them in there, they will definitely be gotten around to eventually. Baseline. How about Kumi Koda's sister, Misono? I didn't even know about that. Assuming that she doesn't have any of the weird, but interesting. I had no idea she had a sister. I guess people do have sisters. Maybe I should do my research. Bubs, as we sure that pic of J-Soul isn't actually a North Korean general's. No, they got way too much stylistic freedom to be North Korean. I'm getting confused. See what we can find. Is there anything interesting in here? This is our last deal of the day. Going through this newspaper. This is really weird. There's the concert, which is Friends of Disney concert, which to me, you guys probably know I'm not a big fan of Disney music. However, I recognize some faces on here. Yeah, Aya Hirano's there, who you guys probably know. I have met Aya Hirano a few times. Interesting person. And Shoko Nakagawa, who she's kind of an interesting personality. I know that Aya and Shoko actually know each other quite well as friends, so I'm not surprised they're both doing it. But I just don't want to hear them doing Disney songs. I'm sorry. It's just me, just a bit of bias again. Hashtag no bias. PK, oh no, CMC is here to ban me. Misono is the weird one in that family. Being weird is probably the best thing you can be if you're in Kumi Koda's family, because something about her is distinctly not weird. It's just kind of not nice. You know, she seems to have some very negative, unpleasant attitude problems. I don't know, maybe she's got better with age, but I was put off of her a long time ago and never really taken the time to come back and have a second look. I don't think I'm missing anything particularly, but having a weird sister is probably a good thing, because at least maybe she's odd in a good way. I don't know. You have to tell me. I know nothing about her. I didn't know she existed until a few seconds ago. Is there anything, any artists who we're interested in doing anything at the moment? Asian Kung Fu Generation. Yes, guys, Asian Kung Fu Generation are doing a 2020 tour, so they're apparently still on. This came out a couple of days ago. So what date is this? Oh, this is dated from the 15th, so it came out a week ago. But apparently their tour is still on. Anything else? Anything interesting? Come on. Oh, Ayaka, I'm a big fan of hers. Love her voice. She's got a tour going, but her tickets are always ridiculously expensive to the point of being kind of annoying. So you can't. It's like her tickets will cost you more than your home, which is, it's like, come on, sensible. Think about your fans. They're not all rich. For Passcode fans, Passcode are doing so if you're a Passcode fan, Passcode are still going to be passing around their passing codes. Passcode, Why is that stuck in my head? Pasco. We were looking at J Soul Brothers. And you know what I was saying? It's this kind of overly fake macho thing that really gets me about them. So Exile is like kind of like your AKB, your Sakura Gakuin. It's your huge thing. And then they have their subgroups, and one of them is J Soul Brothers. Now, I never heard of this before, but there's apparently a group in Exile Tribe called Fantastics. Let's have a look at Fantastics. They look a little bit more business ready, except for none of them seem to be able to do up their buttons, except for the one who's done it all the way up so far that he probably can't breathe. And they're all doing that pose. There's this thing about the pose where one hand's got to be right underneath, like this one hand, like you're about to backhand something. It's like, why is this? Running this down in a minute, but we've still got some interesting things going on, so I'll keep on talking for a little while. Oh wow, there's a lot of things. Harry, question: you still waiting until after Temptation Box track by tracks before doing the Wonder? Yeah, I'm gonna give it at least a couple of albums before going on to that, because I want context. So as slow as it might be, definitely do that. And by the way, big thanks to Harry for spreading the Scandal reviews. Unfortunately, they're getting so few views. I mean, they really, really are kind of the bottom of the barrel, but I'm enjoying doing it. And it's a shame for such a big band not getting many views on the reviews, but I'm going to keep on doing them because it's enjoyable for me. And I want to listen to the songs anyway, so I might as well. But yeah, kind of tragic that not more people are watching, but I'm going to keep on doing it, and I will do it in good time and keep it rolling along. But yeah, Harry's one of the main reasons we get views on those at all, because Harry, of course, being the god of all Scandal publicity in the Western world, is the man who's been helping putting out that we're doing. I think that's totally fair. Yeah, I think that's actually probably the best review I've ever heard of Disney as a corporation. Nicely summed up. Still no winking owl poll. Well, dude, Wisely Brothers first, all right? One thing at a time. And remember, Friday Day at 2,000 subs. Fernando, okay, I have to... Oh, hit to run. I hits to run. Are you confessing? I have to run. Have a great week, folks, and stay safe. You too, Fernando. Really good to have you in. And thank you so much, as always, for joining in the chat. It's always great to have you. And always, Fernando, always commenting on all different types of music. I really enjoy the fact that I get to hear his opinion and everything. So, one of our chief conversationalists. Enjoy your day. CMC, still not Popo. Ah, what does that mean? Bubs, I cannot get over the J Soul pick. Not looking for their tunes. Man, you don't want to hear the music. It's about as generic as anything could be. Hannah, bye, Fernando. Yep. It's everyone saying bye, Fernando. Lazyline, Miss Sono is a bit crazy, but in a nice way. Her musical career never really took off, though. Oh, so she does music as well. Cool. Is she, unlike her sister, is she like a self-writer, or is she just kind of like a pop star, but with a little bit more of individuality? Interested to know. I might, just to be a spiteful bastard, I might go and review some of her music. Just because I don't like Kumi Koda. How awful am I? What a terrible person. # no bias. So everyone's saying bye to Fernando, of course, as well they should. Harry, by the way, Scandal have done episodes of their radio show available on Spotify Japan. Again, this is one of those things, once I've got a little bit more into the Scandal universe, I might start checking out more of these side things, but I just need to... What live stream? That's one of those words where if you YouTube it, you're going to get a lot more than you probably expect. Let's see what everyone's saying here. Hannah, I only know J Soul and Exile from a TV show, Mecha Mecha Iketeru. I missed that show. It's one of those ones. I'm really bad at remembering the names of things, so I'm not sure which show that was. Is it one of those many panel shows? Bubs, I have now listened to Scandal. I broke down to Peer Pressure. I bet you're pleased. Yes, it was nice that you listened to them, and actually you enjoyed them, which was good. Raphael, what's the general situation like for indie groups, artists in Japan? I follow and love a few of them, but I have no insight into them beyond their music. It really depends on what you mean by the situation. Do you mean this for the listeners or for the bands? I mean, for the bands, there's a lot of ways of getting your music out there, and there is a really thriving scene. However, there is something of an oversaturation, as is the way in most countries, and the quality level is so high as a general that it can be quite a mess of just so many great bands. It's hard to pick, for a band to break through and really make themselves identifiable or pick up on them. So it's a muddled scene. But it is a very lively scene. There's a vast number of venues. I mean, I've said this before. You got places like Shimokitazawa in Tokyo, which are just venues on every corner. But you also go to most places as well. You walk down any small town road. And I often say there's a lot of verticality to how the way shops and venues work in Japan. I mean, if you just walk along the street and just look at the doorways, you'd only see a certain amount of what's there. And it'll often be like floor 2 is a different business, floor 3 is a different business. And often if you're walking down the street and you're just looking upwards, you'll see like floor 3 on this place is a mini live house, and another one here, another one there. So there's lots of these little live houses, which is really cool. So there's places for people to play, places for people to perform, many bands who want to perform, and a lot of quality. There's just a very lively scene, but it does make it a bit muddy. So it's hard for anyone to really break through. But if you're a listener, you've probably the problem is there's more to listen to than you could ever get your hands on. And spot po. Still not spot po. Don't get it. His ascension to God status might have scrambled his ability to say things that I understand. Or maybe I just don't understand because I'm thick and I don't remember. Bubs, don't worry. There will be, I really like the Tokyo Ska Pop Orchestra for Howard. Yep. There is a music video on YouTube of Misono and Kumi together. I guess that one's a no-go for you. That'll be one I'll check out later once I've got a grasp of what Misono's like. And if I like Misono's music, then it'll be nice to see if she can possibly bridge the gap to me not finding Kumi to be nauseating. Although even if they do a good song together, it won't fix Kumi's personality, which is pretty... If you've ever read any of her interviews, she's a pretty easy to dislike person. I'm not just being cruel here, but just from some of the things I've read her say, it's just like, wow, you don't know how to make friends, do you? Just stick to singing. Hannah, Mecha Ike was a Japanese variety show hosted by 99, the comedy duo, and a bunch of others. Some really fun stuff, including ambushing celebrities and forcing them to sit high school exams. Yeah, I quite like these kind of shows. I mean, you can get bad examples and good examples. When they're presented well, they are really fun. They are really fun, those kind of shows. Japanese have a great system for doing that. And celebrities tend to be more accessible in Japan. So there's a real good ability to make them get involved in fun things. This is interesting. I don't know who this is, but I might check her out just because Halka, her picture appears to be her in London. She looks like she's probably like some sort of idol singer or something, but in London. Credit where it's due. Interested. I must find out more about what on earth is going on with her. Maybe we'll check out some of this Halka. Does anyone know who Halka is? Let me know. Oh, all right, Mad Kid. What's going on? Are we all trying to be in like a mixture of like late 90s jacket fashion and Kill Bill? And it's this guy. It's the shaved head guy. His attempts to look disinterested is so powerful that it becomes funny. Oh, I'm sorry, Mad Kid. Don't be mad at me. That's all I can say. Anything else? Anything else interesting? Anything else interesting? Don't know what that is. Just so you can enjoy the... Again, we don't know what they won medals for. Clearly some battle where this guy saved the day. Many people would have died if it wasn't for this amazing hairpiece and the many, many battles he appears to have won. And he's a pilot. Brave and talented members of J-Soul Brothers. All right, let's check out some of the comments and we're going to round this one up. It's been an hour and 15 minutes. It's been great chat, but like I say, keeping them relatively short still. Things are a little bit better now, but like I say, I want to do sort of a few more live streams this week, and I've got some really cool ideas for things that we're going to do in them as well. If you haven't already pressed the like button, please do. Bubs has been doing a lot of that, so there'll probably be a lot of that coming up. That's one of those groups actually that I don't know. I mean, it's something that I enjoy, but I checked out actually. I did the one which was TSPO and Shrampan Rotan, but that hasn't been posted yet. I did that last year, and that's one of those ones that's sitting kind of just on the server, not published. So maybe I should publish that. My bad. Tasty Bubs, yeah, another YouTuber I provide Scandal links to told me yesterday that her 13-year-old daughter is now listening to Scandal, spreading the fandom. Good. We need more of that kind of thing. That's what I like to hear. I like when people get involved in it. That's one of my favorite things about this channel is not only do we have the regulars who are sharing new music with each other and getting into new music, but we also have people who just come by who hear new music they wouldn't have listened to before through this channel. That's what I enjoy about doing this. So I want to tell Maximum the Hormone. So, um, Bubs, oops, I've had some beers. The more you talk about, all I can hear, we are the, or I did in. Just sometimes I wonder if Bubs is talking a different language. I think I don't think Miss Ono's music is all that great, but she seems a lot nicer than her famous sis. That's why it's worth giving a try. It's kind of like advanced level trolling now. Raphael, Hauka might be part of the new defunct hip hop duo Haukali. Ah, yeah, Haukali. I like Haukali. I don't care what anyone says. I like them. Haukali are awesome. Hauka, a range of moderate, affordable furniture by Mad Kid, boy bands popularizing the sexy hazmat look. Nicely said. Hannah, Hauka's a pop singer, only a few singles out, I think. Thank you, Hannah. Do you know if she's connected to Haukali? She looks like she's probably too young to be connected to Haukali, in all fairness, because they were a good few years back now. Raphael saying Haruka, Hauka plus Yukari. Oh, so she is. Oh, I definitely got to check her out then. I think anyone who's been on this channel long enough to hear me rant on several live streams knows that I'm a bit of a Haukali fan. Bubs, J Soul won medals for defeating the final boss on Dragrake. Don't know. Lays Line, I know Hauka, guitarist of Asterism. There we go. Yeah, pretty good if you're into metal. Totally different from the hip hop sound. I'm trying to find Hauka again without actually looking. I'm just sort of scrolling through like this without actually looking. That's what you call subliminal thinking. Bubs, I am no longer participating in live streams until we have closure on J Soul. I might have to start hashtag. What closure do you want on J Soul? What possible closure could there be for J Soul Brothers? You want him to admit what he got the medals for? I don't think we're ever going to find out. Maximum Hormone copyright strike, formerly known as Maximum the Hormone. Oh, Maximum the copyright strike. Yeah, Maximum belligerence, Maximum the belligerent, Maximum the petty. I don't care. I'm going to lay into them all I like. Absolute arseholes. Like I say, it did not reply to the message. The message that we had done in English and Japanese just to be safe. They didn't reply. So yeah, we are going to detail exactly the process that they went through, just so everyone knows what a bunch of petty arseholes they have been. Which is a real shame. I wanted to resolve this properly. I really did. I didn't want to. I mean, I know I can have no effect on them. I'm way too small to have any effect on them. But I didn't want to have to go around slagging them off. But I'm also not going to let it lie. I'm not going to let it lie. Totally bullshit. You know, we've covered so many artists on this channel, never had this kind of problem, except for, like I say, one big corporate thing over a song because it was used in an advert. It turns out that was one of the reasons why we got the copyright strike for the first one. Still, I didn't agree with that, but, you know, at least I could say Faces Corporation screwing us over. You know, and that made me annoyed, but this is directly from the band. I'm getting on to the rant again. Let's have a look and see what everyone's saying. Maximum copyright strike. Let's just streamline. Yeah. Maximum the bullshit. So MCS then. Can we stop with the initials for everything? It becomes really difficult to remember. Let's have a look here. So you will stay safe. Oh, I'm heading out. Have a good one, sir. Good to speak to you. Good to speak to you. Yeah, have a good day, whatever you're up to. People saying bye. It doesn't give enough for parody. Enjoy, boss. Jay sold. Should have indicated by The Hague on the charge of war crimes during the boy band war of 2019. They were in a war against BTS, were they? So J Soul against BTS, and he got medals for, like, I don't know, cropping down a few of their members or something. Anyway, all right, guys. Yeah, I'm going to wrap this one up now. It's been an hour and 20. Really enjoyed that it's gone on for this long, but I've got lots of things to do. Trying to get more videos out. It's now 1:30 in the morning here, so I need to get on with some of that. As always, look, I really appreciate getting in there and enjoying the discussion, talking about different things, sharing opinions respectfully, learning about different music we all like. That's why I love doing this channel, and it's really great to share that with you. Thank you as well for everyone having the patience and respect for, like I say, things going on outside of the channel with me and my partner at the moment. I really appreciate it. I'm sure she does as well. So your patience is greatly appreciated. just like I say, all have a good week. I will probably, hopefully, be doing, depending on how things work out with my current situation, hopefully be doing a few live streams over the next week where I've got some, like I say, some really cool ideas. I'm not going to spoil them now, but some cool ideas for things we're going to do together, which will make it quite interactive and interesting. It'll be more than just conversation. We'll actively be producing some rather cool ideas together. So I'm looking forward to doing that with you. But anyway, let's just wrap this up quickly. Let's look at the last few comments. CMC saying new release coming soon. PFP never going to let it lie in the style of Robbie Williams. Amon Amarth. I don't know that name. Yeah, PFP are going to like stand up for me. That's why I appreciate PFP when they get involved. Hannah, I don't think she's connected to How Kali. She's one of the Tikatsu audition winners. The London thing is a promo for the album she has coming out. Still, I'm going to check it out. It just sounds interesting. But yeah, that's cool. That is really cool. Fair play to everyone watching and posting, says Bubs. Damn right. Thank you. And everyone's saying their goodbyes. And Chow Chow from CMC. That's how you know he's a team player. He gets to use Chow Chow. You know, everyone's doing it in their own language, and CMC, he gets to use Chow Chow. All right, guys. Thank you, as always, like I say, so much. It's really appreciated this. It's been good for cheering me up as well. It's been a bit of a stressful day, a bit of a stressful week. So thank you so much for sharing this with me. And I'll be seeing you all soon. So to everyone, Lazy Lion, Matane, Penguin, Gute Nacht, Harry, Jane, CMC, ciao, ciao. And Hannah, bye-bye. Take care, all of you. I'll see you soon. Thank you. Do press like if you haven't already. And I will see you, hopefully, in not too distant future. But for now, ciao, ciao.